Hello everybody, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we're going to be making a 5x7 card using the darling Frosty Cafe stamp set. This is a big one and it will fill the whole front of either an A2 or in this case a 5x7. We're also going to be using the retro diamond stencil, so let's jump into how we're doing that. I have a piece of turquoise cardstock that I grabbed from my stash. It measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and look at how big this stencil is. So it's a 2-piece stencil. It covers that full like half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, so it gives you some options. And at this point I just wanted the full sheet because I plan to use some of it for the inside of my card as well. So I've got that tacked down to my tonic platform, and I'm going to bring out a blending brush and I'm going to blend on some, this one's the broken china. I'm just blending the Distress Oxide across all those little diamonds, and it's going to pop, not a lot, but it's going to be good on that turquoise. And then I'm going to pull that stencil away. You'll see what I'm talking about. I love that. I think that looks good. It's, you know, that Distress Oxide look to it. And then I'm going to bring in the other part of that stencil, and we're going to bring in that Mermaid Lagoon, which is another Distress Oxide color, a little bit different than this blue. These are super easy to line up, as you saw me do it. And so this blue is a little bit brighter, and then when I pull this stencil away, you're going to see that differentiation, which is part of the reason I really like this stencil. It gives you options for colors. You wouldn't have to just stick to the same color, or you could use the same color and just use that across the entire background. And so once I'm done with that, I'll pull this away and you'll see just how cool that looks already. I put this into my makeshift splatter box, and I'm going to bring in my Trinity Gold palette. I have said this before, this palette is the older palette. There is a smaller one available, and that is in the store, so I will link that down below. But these are great paints. You see me use these all the time. So I'm just splattering that all over that background. I'm using the silver, and I'll show you here in a second what that looks like because you really can't see it right there. But that splatter with the blue on the background just looks nice and like wintry, gives you this great winter feel. I love it. So I'm going to clean up my mess, and then we're going to move on to our coloring. I have stamped out our Frosty Cafe onto some Express It cardstock using some Blackout ink by Ink on 3. That is my absolute go-to, it seems, recently. When it comes to doing some alcohol marker coloring. And the caps that you see up on the screen are for the Olo markers, the newer Olo markers. I have just been playing with those like crazy and just kind of getting the feel for those. And I really do enjoy them right along with my Copics. So I'm keeping them all, folks. I like them all. All right, now originally when I was coloring this upper part, I was trying to think like, what do I really want to do with this? Because I colored it out, and then I thought, well, maybe the Frosty Cafe, you know, the sign that says that, maybe I should have stamped that onto like a colored cardstock with some white embossing powder. So there's an idea for you. I choose not to do that, but there is absolutely an idea for you. You can, you know, go ahead and take that one. Also, there's a lot of options for coloring your banner up there. I mean, you could color it just about any color you wanted. I brought in a second turquoise color, that blue-green, so the BG 0.8. And then down below, I decided to just stick with around the menu. I colored using the BG 0.7 and the BG 0.8. But obviously, you've got some options here for how you could color this. I have seen the team do some really cute things with the colors of this stamp set, but it's a fun stamp set because, yeah, I mean, look at how cute it is. And then once we do the die cutting, oh, you're going to see it. I just love how this fills the whole front of a card. And then you don't have to worry about filling in a scene because the whole stamp is a scene. You've got Frosty in there handing out all kinds of beverages and goodies. And for some reason, this is making me, even though this was during the summer, this is making me think of my childhood. We used to go to the pool. I know, this seems weird, but right across the street, literally right across the street, was the ice cream shop called Cone Corner. And we would walk across during the breaks, and we would go get like candy or a milkshake or whatnot. And then once we were done, we'd head right back to the pool. So I don't know. We always used to see her little face because we weren't allowed in the store. We were all wet with our swimsuits. So there she'd be in the window And she'd go, "What can I get you?" And then she'd hand us our goodies through that window, always smiling. So as you can see, I'm just going to continue to color all the little bits in there. There's so many cute little items. Obviously, you've got like maybe like a little coffee or a milkshake. Then you have the little drink, the ice cream cones, a cup of ice cream. I'm going to color the little red cupped cone more as like a shaved ice. I thought that would be super fun. But I do bring in a lot of colors here for the various items, and I just had a good time. I think I had some Christmas music on and I was jamming out. I know, Christmas music. It's still October, but it's okay. Each his own, right? And then I'm going to finish up with our banner using some WG1. And then now we're going to bring in some dies. So here we have our Modern Embossed A7. That's going to go right on. This is the biggest one because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make a 5x7. And I'm going to save that last portion up top because that's going to go inside my card. So I've trimmed that down. We're going to use all of it. And then I'm going to bring in our matching die for our Frosty Cafe. And I love this die. I feel like you have to have it because what does it do? It cuts out all the middle pieces too. All around Frosty, all around Frosty's little goodies, all of it. And it just gives you this whole scene that I'm in love with. And I'll use my pickup stick to kind of poke out some of the extra pieces, but check it out. Isn't that great? And then I decide I'm going to pop it up on some foam tape. So this takes a second to get all that on that background. And then I'll peel it all off, with the help of my pickup stick. And then once we get all of the release paper off of there, we're going to put it on our 5x7 background. But I'm going to put it on there a little bit wonky. I don't want it to be straight on. And then we'll get our card base ready. Again, this is a 5x7. So I took a 10-inch by 7-inch and I scored it at 5 inches. Then we'll bring in our Crafty Gluefriend and we're going to glue down the leftover bit and stick that on the inside, just making sure everything closes, and then I'll trim off the excess using my guillotine trimmer. Now we can use our Crafty Gluefriend and attach down our panel to our base. And I love using liquid glue for these because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. As you can see, I didn't get it on there very straight the first time. And then I am bringing in these darling little peppermint embellishments. Oh my goodness, I love it. We've got the mint to be, which is the big one, and the mints, which are the small ones. And I could not resist using these. And they go perfectly. And they pop on there, and I'm just so happy with this card. It just makes my heart go pitter-patter. I love it so much. So, oh, yeah. And then once I get those on there, that's it. That's going to finish off our card for today. So I would love to know what you think. Go ahead and leave that down in the comment section down below. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.